Hello everyone, ARG back with some more Out of the Park Baseball 25 and our alternate universe historical expos save where things are not going exactly like they did in real life, but we don't care. That's the whole point of playing the game. So now last time out we finally broke the curse and alright, it was pointed to me. Just give me a second. There you go. Alright, so apparently that TV when it's on can be a little annoying. So I was saying things which I don't quite remember what it was. Oh yeah, so last time out we broke the curse against the San Diego Padres, our expansion cousins. We managed to win baseball games, something that had not happened in a while. We dropped the first game of the series to make our losing streak an even 10, and then we won the last two, including a masterful performance by Bill Stoneman in the third game of the series, the 6-0 complete game shutout where he allowed only 2 hits and I believe 1 walk. So that was really good. Today, that's the Giants, so it might not be as easy. It might be a little more difficult here. Giants are 33-17. They have a pretty solid lineup. You know, they have Willie Mays, among others. So yeah. For the first game of the series, we're gonna go ahead and send Larry Jasser on the mound. Now, last time that Jasser took the mound, he got hurt in the first inning and kind of put us into trouble with our bullpen for a few games. So hopefully this time he remains healthy. And we're going to be facing off against Mike McCormick, also a lefty. He doesn't have a whole lot of stuff, so he shouldn't strike out a whole lot of people. Alright, let's take a look at the Giants. They have no injuries. So yeah, alright, let's get going. Let's play some baseball now, shall we? Alright, so for the first game of the series, I'm gonna go with this lineup here. And as you can see, only in the 5th spot are we seen as having the advantage, well, and for the pitcher. So the Giants should be better everywhere else. So the Giants are going to go with Ron Hunt, the second baseman, batting leadoff. Dick Dietz, the left fielder, batting second. Woody McCovey at first is batting third. Batting cleanup is Willie Mays, playing center field, of course. Ken Henderson in right field is going to be batting fifth. Jim Ray Hart, the third baseman, is going to be batting 6th. Hal Lanier, the shortstop, is going to be batting 7th. And then Jack Hyatt, the catcher, batting 8th. And of course, the pitcher batting 9th today. So let's play some ball. We're at home at a good old Parc Jaggi. So let's see if we can beat the Giants. Alright, so Ron Hunt leading off here against Larry Jasser. And the game is now officially underway, and it's a 1-2 count here. Alright, sorry about that, and that was a ground out to short, and he is thrown out at first for out number 1. Alright, so Dick Dietz is now the batter, full count to him. And he walks. Alright, so a 1 out base runner here, and that's going to bring Willie McCovey Oof, 19 home runs and 51 ribbies. Oh boy. 2 into the count. And that's it to right, and it falls right in front of Rusty Stubb for a base hit. And now there's 2 on and only 1 out for Woody Mays. Now Woody Mays is a little bit up there in age, but he's still very productive. At 339 batting average is still plenty good. Full count to Woody Mays. And he walks, so now we have loaded the bases with 1 out for Ken Henderson. 2-1 the count. It's it to center. Oh, Klein dives and catches it for out number 2. The runner tags on the play, and it is 1-0 for the Giants. So 2 on, 2 outs now for Jim Ray Hart. 3-0. And he walks on 4 pitches, so the bases are loaded again. And now Hal Lanier is the batter, 0-2. And he hits it to short, and that's cut there by Wills for out number 3. Alright, so a lot of traffic on the bases. Only 1 run allowed by Jasper. It's 1-0 for the Giants, with Maury Wills leading off against Mike McCormick. 2-2 the count. It's it to right, but Henderson is there and he catches it for out number 1. Manny Mota is next, no count. Grounds it to short, and Lanier makes a good throw for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down, and now Rusty Stubb is the batter, 0-2. And he struck out swinging, so the Expos go down in order in inning number 1. Top of the 2nd incoming. Giants still ahead 1-0. Jack Hyatt is the batter, 1-0. And that's an opposite field single. So a lead-off base hit for the Giants. And now Mike McCormick is the batter. He will more than likely bunt. No count. Here's the bunt. And he's thrown out at first. That's a good sacrifice. It runner in scoring position now for Ron Hunt. Full count. Grounds it to first. Bailey touches the base himself, and that's out number 2. The runner makes it to third base on the play. Now Dick Dietz is the batter, 1-1. Grounds it to short. Wills with the throw. And that's out number 3. Alright. Mac Jones leads off the bottom of the 2nd for the Expos. No count to him. Grounds it to 2nd. Hunt with the throw, and that's out number 1. Bob Bailey now, full count. And he walks. Alright, so we have a base runner. Now let's see if we do anything with that. John Bateman, the batter now, 2-0. Grounds it to short, 2-2 for 1. The relay to first is good, and that is a double play. An inning-ending double play, should I add. Top of the 3rd incoming, we're still down 1 here in Montreal. Willie McCovey leads off the top of the 3rd, no count. Grounds it to first. Bailey touches the base, and that's out number 1. Willie Mays is next, full count. Grounds it to short. Wills with the throw, and that's out number 2. Now Ken Henderson, 3-1 to count. And he walks, and that's a 2-out walk here. Jim Ray Hart is next. No count to him. And Wills with the good defensive play there. He leaped and cut the ball. Alright, McCormick facing off against Floyd Wicker now, bottom of the 3rd, full count. And he walks. Ty Klein, runner on first. 2 and 2. Oh, that's pop. That's not good. Alright, runner on first, one out for Larry Jaster. 0 and 1, and he bunts. And that's a good sacrifice hit. So now we have a runner in scoring position. However, there's 2 outs, so we need a base hit from Maury Wills. 1 and 1. Grounds it to short. Lanier with the throw, and that's out number 3. So runner in scoring position, but we cannot get him across to score. It is top of the 4th incoming, 1-0 for the Giants. Al Lanier, the batter, 3 and 1. Hits it to right for a base hit, falls right in front of Rusty Stubb. So the Giants have a leadoff base runner yet again. Now Jack Hyatt is next runner on first and nobody out. 1 and 1. Oh, that's a bad pitch. That can't be too good. Alright, so runner in scoring position, nobody out. 2 and 2 to count. Struck out swinging. The first strikeout of the game for a Jaster here. Alright, McCormick now. 2 and 0. Oh, that's it weakly to the pitcher. Technically, I guess it's supposed to be a line drive, and Jaster cut it. So that's out number 2, and of course the runner stays at second on the play. So now there's 2 outs for Ron Hunt. They need a base hit here, full count. And that's it. Oh, Wicker with a good catch there for out number 3. Alright, the Giants get a leadoff runner, but nothing happens. Bottom of the 4th incoming, Manny Mota facing off against McCormick. We still don't have a hit in this game. 1 and 0. Grounds it to short. And that's a good throw for out number 1. Rusty Stubb is next. 2 and 2. And that's it to right for a base hit. Alright, our first base hit of the game. Look at that. Maybe the floodgates will open. Alright, Mac Jones. 0 and 1. Oh! Oh, that's cut there at the track. It looked like it had a shot, but you know if it's a shot or not by when you have runners on base. And the runner was holding, so I knew that it was gonna get cut. After I said, oh. Bob Bailey, 2 outs, runner on first, 1 and 1. Oh, the runner goes, and he is thrown out for out number 3. There you go. That's how you waste a good opportunity. Alright, Dick Dietz leads off for the Giants, top of the 5th. We are still down 1-0 here, full count. That's it to left. Mac Jones is there, and he catches it for out number 1. Willie McCovey now, 0-2. Grounds it to short. Oh, that's an error by Maury Wills. Alright, so runner on first, 1 out now for Willie Mays. 1 and 0. And that's out of here. Alright, 3-0 for the Giants. 397 feet. Alright, Ken Anderson now with 1 out, 1 and 2. That's it to the pitcher, and he throws him out at first for out number 2. Jim Ray Hart now, full count. Grounds it to the pitcher as well, and he is also thrown out at first for out number 3. Giants add 2 runs on the board thanks to a blast by Willie Mays, of all people. And now Bob Bailey, bottom of the 5th, 1 and 1. Rounds it to third. That's a good throw for out number 1. Now John Bateman, the batter. He committed into a double play in his last at bat. 2 and 1. Hits it to right. Henderson is there. And that's going to be out number 2. Floyd Wicker now, 1-0. And that's it really weakly to third. And that's cut there by Hart for out. Number 3, Expos go down in order in inning number 5, top of the 6th now. Oh boy, Jaster is pretty gassed. We're still gonna try. Lanier leading off 1-1. Rounds it to third. Wicker with a throw at first for out number 1. Jack Hyatt now 1-2. Struck out swinging. Alright. Now McCormick the batter. 1-1. And that's it to center for a base hit. And the tradition of the pitcher getting base hits against me is still very much alive. Alright, run Hunt now with a runner on first and 2 outs, 2-1. It's it to center. Klein barely has to move, and he catches it for out number 3. Alright, that was the last inning for Jasser. We don't want to have him suffer a big injury or anything like that. He's been an alright pitcher for me. Alright, Ty Klein, bottom of the 6th, 2-2. And that's it to left, and that's cut there by Dietz for out number 1. Alright, Jaster's gonna be going to the shower. Alright, a lefty. Yeah, against lefties, I like to send Clendon in. Hey, Joe Nullet. How are you? Happy 4th of July. Alright, so we're going to go with Clendenon. 1-0, 1 out. And that's it to left for a base hit. Alright. Alright, Maury Wills now. Runner on first, 1 out, 0-1. Rounds it to short. Oh, that's right. Okay, I own Frostpunk, but I have not played it. That's a very common thing for me to buy games, and like I wait for a while to play them. Disco Elysium is on my wish list. I have 728 games on my wish list, and Disco Elysium is one of them. So I have not purchased it yet, but I have not played either. I heard good things about Disco Elysium. I haven't really heard much about Frostpunk. I just got it because it's a type of game that I enjoy. Yep, I know it's the summer sale. I got me a couple games already, but not those. Alright, Manny Mota, runner in scoring position, 2 outs. 1-0 to count. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out for out number 3. Expos do not do anything with their runner in scoring position. But yeah. No. So I played a 3-game series against the Padres. I lost the first one, so that made it 10 straight losses, and then I won the last 2 games of the series, including a masterful performance by Stoneman, who had a complete game shutout with only 2 hits allowed in a walk. So that was a really good game for him. Alright. I don't think it matters who I send, because, you know, that art of the lineup is pretty nasty regardless. So let's go with I guess I'll try Don Shaw. We'll keep a lefty on the mound. Alright, Dick Dietz leading off The top of the 7th for the Giants, 2-1 to count. And that's a base at the center. Bless you, Annie. Alright, Weedy McCovey is next. Runner on first, nobody out. No count. Grounds it to first. We get the runner out at second base, but that's the only out we get, so it is a fielder's choice. Runner on first and 1 out now for Willie Mays, who already has a 2-run blast in this game. No count. Oh, that's a bad pitch. Runner in scoring position, 1 out now. 2-1 to Willie Mays. And that's a base hit to center. Well, you release a whole bunch of people, but that's about it. So, no, not really. And that was a base hit, and the runner scored. It's 4-0 for the Giants. Now, yeah, my GM is crazy lazy. I've never seen that. So, runner in scoring position, 1 out. Ken Anderson now, 2-0. And that's it to short. Thrown out at first for out number 2. Yeah, it would be nice if you were to make moves. Like, usually when I play like that, like, my GM makes some moves and I rarely agree with them, but at least he's doing something. You know, he's earning his paycheck. Jim Ray Hart with 2 outs, runner on third, 0-2. Oh. Looks like we're having control difficulties in this game. Alright, full count. Oh, struck out the king. Alright, Giants add 1 run to their lead. It is now 4-0. So you're looking to buy some games on sale. Have you been playing anything lately? Alright, Rusty Stubb here, leading off the bottom of the 7th. We have only 2 hits so far. 2-2. That's it to right, but Anderson should be there, and he is, and that's out number 1. Mac Jones, now the batter, full count. Oh, that's out of here. That was it hard. 460 feet. It's 4-1 now. 460 feet, man. Mac Jones really plastered that ball. Whew. Alright, Bob Bailey now. 1-2. That's it to center. But this time, that's got by Willie Mays for out number 2. Oh yeah, like I said earlier, that's a feeling I know very well. Like, I'm gonna buy games, like I see a game on sale that I like, I'm gonna buy it, and then it might be 2 years before I give the game a shot. So, alright, 2 outs for John Bateman. 1-2. And that's it to left for a base hit. Then again, I'm a game collector, right? Maybe not as so much anymore, because buying like physical games, like physical old games, has become really expensive. I'm kind of lucky that I started my collection back when it was still affordable, so I got a lot of the games that I wanted that way. But sadly, my Super Nintendo gave up, so I would need to find a Super Nintendo, and my Dreamcast is also not working, so 2 of my consoles have given up on me. I mean, they're old, right? But still, anyway. Run on first, 2 outs for Floyd Wicker, 1-0. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Maybe I should have pinch it for him. Oh well. Alright, we're gonna keep Don Shaw on the mound. Al Lanier is the batter now, top of the 8. We are down 3. I have a PS5. 2-1 to count. Actually, I think this year I'm gonna do some NHL 20 whatever number they're at, 25 or 26. I don't know. I think I'm gonna. Or yeah, 20. Yeah, it should be 25. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that instead of Franchise Hockey Manager. I got really burnt out. I did Franchise Hockey Manager for like 6 years straight. I'm gonna take a break, I think. Alright, 1 out for Jack Hyatt, 1-1 the count. Grounds it to first, and that's out number 2. Alright, 2 outs now for Mike McCormick, still in the game, 1-1. It's up to center, Klein is there, that's going to be out number 3. Alright, McCormick still the batter, Klein... McCormick still the pitcher, sorry. Klein is the batter, 1-0. Rounds it to short, and he's thrown out for out number 1. We're gonna bring in the pinch hitter. We're gonna do Ron Brand. Right, so Ron Brand comes in as a pinch hitter, 3-0 to count. In out of the park baseball, or is it like MLB The Show, or cool? Were you successful in your first season? Oh no, wait. Let me rephrase that. How is your save going? Because my French mind is reading what you wrote, like I can see it in 2 different ways. So I'm not sure if you started like the game in 24 and imported it in 25, or if your season started in 24 and you're going into 25. I see. Well, sometimes, you know, sometimes you have to start and it's a little rough, and then you can enjoy building the team to your liking. Oh, cool. I love when the season flips over, see like all kind of changes that teams make and everything. I've always liked that kind of stuff. All right, so a runner in scoring position and 2 outs now for Manny Mota. He's 0 for 3, but I'm still, he has like that great contact against lefties, so I'm still gonna leave him in the 2-1, and he grounds it to short, and that's out number 3. Oh, oh my, that's a lot. Hopefully they can carry you. Well, that's good. Did you make a lot of changes? Oh man, I've been doing that lately where I forget to put the pitcher to P. Alright, so top of the 9th, 4-1 Giants. Ron Hunt is the batter, 1-0. That's it to center, Klein after it. He catches it for out number 1. Dick Dietz is now the batter, 2-2 against Robertson, who came in relief. Grounds it to second. Mota with the throw, that's out number 2. Oh, that's nice. Willie McCovey is now the batter with 2 outs, 1-0. And that's it very weakly. Who's gonna get it? There's a committee there. Wicker does for out number 3. Not so much anymore, man. I have to be honest with you. I'm one of those old man screams at the clouds type of guy when it comes to baseball. Like, I don't like a lot of the changes that they've made and the direction that, you know, teams are playing and everything. So I used to be a very, yeah. Last year I would watch. I don't know why. Like I kind of picked a team almost at random and started to watch them. I started to watch the Royals a little bit because they were struggling a little bit, and I just wanted to kind of watch them, and you know, but nothing very serious. 2-2 the count to Rusty Stubb, bottom of the 9th. McCormick is still on the mound, and Stubb with a very weak roller, and that's out number 1. Alright, Mac Jones is going to stay in the game because he has that home run. 2-2 the count. Yeah, and he struck out looking. And now Bob Bailey, the batter. Do I want to? He's 0 for 2. We're going to try Gary Jestad. We'll see what happens. Yeah, he's pretty good. I like him. They've been banning him like everywhere in the lineup, at least last year. I have not watched a single game this year, at least not from the Royals. I went to the count when I went to Canada to visit, and he struck out looking terrible at bat. When I went to Canada, Serenity went to bed early one night or something, and I stayed up a little bit to watch a random game that they had on the French sports channel. It was the Marlins against the Padres, actually. So I did watch that. All right, so a 4-1 loss, but I watched a game. What game did I watch just a few days ago? It was Detroit against the Angels. So I watched that. But yeah, Bobby Witt Jr. is at least he was last year. Was pretty fun to watch him. He can do a little bit of everything. That's the type of player that I like. That's how I always loved baseball. A little bit of everything. You know, some guys that have speed, some guys that hit for average, you know, a few guys that can really hit a lot of home runs, some dominant pitchers, good defense. Like I've always liked baseball with a little bit of everything. All right, we're gonna go ahead and advance. All right. Yeah, nothing going on here, just a bunch of players that were released, and like Coco the Boy was put on injured reserve because he got hurt. So, all right, game number 2. So we have Mudcat Grant on the mound, so he should be able to stay in the game for a while, although he doesn't have a very good record. We're going to be facing off against Ron Bryant, who looks just as bad. He's a lefty. Right. Oh, he's young, so yeah, he has time to develop, I guess. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get this going. As the Padres, yep. 1969 Padres are the expansion cousins. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and give Maury Wills a little day off. He is tired. And I am also going to let's put Clendenon at first. And we're gonna have Bob Bailey play third base in this game. Alright, and now Ty Klein's gonna lead off, even if it's against a lefty. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go like that. Alright, so the Giants are going with Hunt Henderson, McCovey, Mays, Art, Deeds. Yet and Davenport at shortstop. Okay. Well, let's get going. So that's his split. I mean, regardless of how you look at it, he's not a great hitter, sadly. He gets on base a little bit more against lefties, like proportionally, but that's about it. Alright, so game number 2 underway, with Ron Hunt leading off here against Mudcat Grant, 0-2 to count as we tour the stadium. Have you been doing anything for 4th of July, or do you have anything planned for later? Yeah, you should. And wow, Hunt struck out. A very rare strikeout for Mudcat Grant. Ken Anderson is not a batter with 1 out, 1-2. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out for out number 2. Now McCovey is the batter. 0-1. Very dangerous batter. Grounds it to short. Wine with the throw. That's out number 3. So McCovey is on a 13 game hitting streak. Ty Klein leading off against Ron Bryant. No count. Oh, that's a base hit. So Klein gets a leadoff single here to get us started, and now Manny Mota is going to be the batter. No count. And that's it. Safely to right. Oh, ho, ho. Back-to-back hits to start the game. I like that. Alright, Rusty Stubb now with runners on the corners and nobody out. 1-2. Grounds it to second. Oh, they only get the out at first. So the runner scores from third. It's 1-0 for the Expos. A runner in scoring position and 1 out for Don Clendenon. 1-0. That's it to right for a base hit. And the runner holds at third on the play, so we have runners on the corners again, and 1 out for Bob Bailey. 0-1. Oh, the runner goes, and that's going to be a stolen base there for Clendenon. So now we have 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out. 0-2 to count. Oh, Bailey. No. Struck out looking. Right now, Mac Jones with 2 outs. Full count. Rounds it to... Oh, that's a base hit. It's a little trickler here. And that scores 2 runs. We are up 3-0. Oh, Mac Jones being clutch here. Look at that. Batting him a little bit lower in the lineup is paying off. Now, John Bateman with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. 1-1. Grounds it to short. Oh, that's an error there on Davenport. And the inning is still alive. Runners on the corners and 2 outs for Bobby Wine. 0-2. And he struck out swinging. The Expos, however, put 3 runs on the board in inning number 1. Going into the top of the second, we're up 3-0 here at Parc Jarry with Willie Mays hitting now. Full count. Oh, that's it, Weekly. And that's got there by Mota for out number 1. Jim Ray Hart now, 2-0 to count. Rounds it to the pitcher, and he throws him out at first for out number 2. Rick Dietz now. Or not Rick Dick, sorry. Full count. Grounds it to second. That's a good throw by Mota, and that's out number 3. Bottom of the second incoming. Mudcat Grant is going to lead that up for us. count. And he pops it foul. The catcher, Hyatt, is there for out number 1. Ooh, barbecue food. Sounds good. Alright, Ty Klein now with 1 out, 1-0. Oh, that's a base hit to center, so that's 2 base hits in this game for Ty Klein so far. Alright, Manny Mota, runner on first, 1 out, no count. Grounds it to right for a base hit again, so the Ty Klein Manny Mota combo here is 4 for 4 altogether. And now we have runners on the corners for Rusty Stubb and only 1 out, 0-1. And Stubb hits it to right near the track. Henderson catches it for out number 2. Runner tags on the plate. It is 4-0 for the Expos. Right, Dunn Clendenon now. Runner on first and 2 outs. 0-2. And he struck out swinging. The Expos add 1 run to their lead, however. It is 4-0 going into the top of the 3rd with Jack Hyatt leading off 0-1. Hits it to center. Klein is there, catches it for out number 1. Jim Davenport now, 0-2. Rounds it to second. And he throws out at first for out number 2. Ron Bryant, the next batter, 1-1. And that's a base hit to left, so an opposite field single by the pitcher. And the Giants finally have a base runner in this game. Lineup flips over. Ron Hunt is now the batter with 2 outs, no count to him. Oh, and he hits it weakly. And that's cut there by Mota for out number 3. 1 base hit for the Giants, but nothing else to talk about. Bottom of the 3rd, Bob Bailey here leading off. 1-2. And that's it to left for a base hit. Alright, and we have a leadoff single here. And Mac Jones is the next batter. He had a very productive at-bat last time out with 2 RBIs. Full count. And he walks. Oh, that's a good game for Mac Jones. He hasn't had a good game in a while. Oh boy, probably, but I live in a very small town, so it's probably not. But we have my father-in-law's dog, and apparently he's gonna freak out. I mean, all dogs freak out, but apparently that dog freaks out extra. So, so I guess we'll see how that goes. All right, 2 on, nobody out for John Bateman. 1-1 the count. That's it to right. That's cut there by Anderson for out number 1. So what's on the barbecue? Is it the traditional hot dogs and burgers, or are you doing like some ribs or something fancier maybe? Bobby Wine, 2 on, 1 out, 1-2. And he struck out again. That's 2 strikeouts for Bobby Wine in this game. Now there's 2 outs for Mudcat Grant, 3-1. And that's a base hit to left. And the runner goes. And he's safe. That's a 5-0 game. Alright, so they're bringing in a reliever, Bubby Bolin, who's going to come in relief. Alright, well, that works. That works too. Barbecue chicken is always good. I love corn on the cob, but I can't eat it anymore because of my teeth. My 2 front teeth at the top are like paper thin. I need some crowns. But who can afford the crowns in this economy? Alright, 2 on, 2 outs for Ty Klein. 0-2. Oh, he struck out. Alright, the Expos had Yet another run here. 5-0 the lead. Top of the fourth, Ken Anderson leading off. Full count. And he walks. Woody McCovey is next. Runner on first. Nobody out. Full count. Oh. That's beautiful that he swung at that. That was ball 4. Alright, so Wine catches it for out number 1. Now Willie Mays. Full count. Oh, that's it to right for a base hit. Falls in front of Stubb. Alright, so 2 runners on, 1 out for Jim Ray Hart. 2-2. Rounds it to third. 2 seconds for 1, and we complete the double play and get out of this inning pretty beautifully, if you ask me. And it's still a 5-0 lead for the Expos here, bottom of the fourth with Manny Mota leading off. Want to know the count? And that's it to left for a base hit. Alright, so a single here from Mota, and Rusty Stubb is next. No count. That's it to center, but pretty much right at Willie Mays, who has made a lot more difficult catches in his life. So runner on first, 1 out for Clendenon now. 1-0. Rounds it to first. The throw to second for 1. That's the only out they're getting. That's going to be a fielder's choice. And there's 2 outs now for Bub Bailey, playing third base today. No count. Oh, that's a bad pitch. And our runner makes it to second base on the play. Full count. Oh, that's popped pretty badly. And that's going to be cut. Oh, no, that's dropped by Hyatt. Oh, you don't see that very often. No, so he dropped it in foul territory. So Bailey is still alive. And he hits it to left. Oh, that error, that would have been beautiful if I could have scored. Alright, so the error doesn't come back to bite them in the butt. So top of the fifth, Dick Dietz, the batter, 1-2. Struck out swinging. Jack Hyatt is next, no count. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Yes, this is the second game. There's one more after that one. Jim Davenport is the next batter. 1-1. That's a base hit to center. A 2-out base hit. Bobby Bolin, 1-1. Grounds it to third. They go to second for the out, and that's out number 3. Alright. The Giants put another goose egg there. Bottom of the fifth, Mag Jones, the batter. 2-2. And he struck out swinging. John Bateman, the batter. 2-0. That's it to center. And that's cut by Willie Mays for out number 2. Now Bobby Wine, he's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 0-2. Oh, he managed to touch the ball, but he flied out to left for out number 3. All right, 3 up, 3 down, going top of the 6th with Mudcat Grunt still on the mound. Ron Hunt, the batter now, 1-1. It's it to right, and whoa! That's a funny catch by Rusty Stubb. Ken Henderson is next, 1-2. Oh, that's a dribbler in front of the plate, and Bateman juggles the ball. It's going to be an error. So the runner is safe at first. There's 1 out for Willie McCovey. We don't want to give that guy some free base runners. 2-2. It's it to right, and it's out of here. That's why you don't want to give him base runners to play with. So that's a 2-run blast by McCovey, 402 feet. It is now 5-2 for the Expos. Willie Mays is next. 3-0. And he walks on 4 pitches. Jim Ray Hart, no count. Hey, it's it weakly to short. Wine is there. Catches it for out number 2. Alright, Dick Dietz with 2 outs. Run on first, 2-1. Oh, and we nailed the runner there. Cut stealing you are, and you are going to the bench. Alright, Mudcat Grunt leading off the bottom of the 6th. We're going to keep him in the game. He did give up that 2-run blast, but it is Willie McCovey, and other than that, he's been pitching just fine. 0-2 the count. And he struck out swinging. Alright, we are switching to regular water. Alright, Ty Klein with 1 out, full count. Grounds it to center. That's his 3rd hit of the game. Klein thrives when he's leading off sometimes. There's times I've put him there and it was not good. But yeah, his batting average is now over 300. Look at him. Look at him prosper. Alright, Manny Mota with a runner on first and 1 out. No count. And that's it. And oh, that's a good leap by Davenport for out number 2. Alright, Rusty Stubb, 0-1. Oh, the runner goes and Klein is cut stealing. Not good. He has a bit of speed, so I do have him like to be able to steal from time to time. It just didn't work this time. Dick Dietz is next. 0-2. Rounds it to 3rd. Bailey with the throw, and that's out number 1. Jack Ayat now. 2-2. Struck out swinging. Jim Davenport is next. 2-2. That's it to center. Klein is there, and he catches it for out number 3. Alright. Bottom of the 7th, Rusty Stubb gets another chance here. 2-2. Struck out swinging. Clendenon, 1-1. That's it to right. And that's cut by Anderson for out number 2. It looked like it was gonna fall. Bob Bailey now, 2-2 the count. Rounds it to 3rd. And he's thrown out for out number 3. That was a 1-2-3 inning there. Alright, so Tito Fuentes comes in as a pinch hitter. Do I want to keep Mudcat Grunt? Yes, I think I will. But I will pull him if things start to look hairy a little. Alright, so Tito Fuentes comes in as a pinch hitter. 1-2 the count. Grounds it to 3rd. And Bailey with a good throw. That's out number 1. Ron Hunt is next. 1-1. And that's a base hit to center. Alright, so runner on first, 1 out for Ken Anderson. No count to him. Oh, and we drilled him. Alright, I think I'm going to bring in the stopper at this point. So there's 2 runners on, there's 1 out, and we're going to bring Dan Megan for the remainder of this game. Yep. He might have to bat. We'll see what happens. I don't want to take anything for granted. Like, I might not even have the lead in the bottom of the 8th. Right, McCovey the batter now. 2 on, 1 out. Full count. And we have our stopper, Dan McGinn, on the mound. Grounds it to second for one, back to first to complete the double play. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, bottom of the 8th incoming. We still have the 5-2 lead here. Mac Jones is gonna face off against Joe Gibbon, the lefty whiz, coming in as a reliever. 0-1, sorry. Mac Jones is having a decent game. I'm keeping him in. And he grounds out to first for out number 1. Right, John Bateman, the batter now. He's 0 for 3, 2-2. And he struck out swinging. It's been a tough stretch for Bateman. He started the first 2 weeks of the season. He was batting .450. He was getting on base all the time. I was like, oh my, I have a catcher that can hit over here, and it lasted 2 weeks. All right, Bobby Wine with 2 outs now, full count. Grounds it to the pitcher, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3, nothing. I don't know if I do. Like, the only one that's not maybe like all that great might be like, even then, Mac Jones is. I mean, I have Ferry that I could put in there. Is he that much better? Yeah, he has a bit more range. Yeah, we can bring Ferry in for Mac Jones. But what about Herrera? Well, Herrera doesn't play left field, so yeah, we can put Jim Ferry in there. There you go. My infield is pretty tight. I mean, I'm not gonna play Wills because he's tired. Clendenon at first. It's not that great, but it is what it is. I don't have a whole lot of. Manny Mota is alright at second. Bobby Wine is pretty good defensively, so yeah. Alright. Willie Mays facing off Dan McGinn, top of the 9th. We're up 5-2. This is obviously a safe situation. 2-1 to count. And Willie Mays blasts it out of here. Mac Jones, Jim Ferry. Doesn't matter. The score is now 5-3. Jim Ray Hart is now the batter. 1-2. Grounds it to the pitcher. And he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Dick Dietz is next. No count. And that's it to right for a base hit. So the tying run is now coming to the plate. But I'm not panicking. Jack Hyatt. Runner on first, 1 out. 0-1. Grounds it to second for 1, back to first to complete the double play, and this is game over. The Expos managed to win 5-3 despite allowing home runs to the 2 big guys for San Francisco. That would be the 2 Willies. So I think we did alright all in all. So a nice little 5-3 victory here. Oh, a 5-hit performance by Yastrzemski. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I've been thinking about it, and he also have asked me to play more. We're gonna finish today. Maybe I can start Clendenon in left against lefties and start with that and go from there. We're gonna go ahead and finish today. Nothing, absolutely nothing is going on. Look at that. Yeah, let's do that now. No, that won't change for today because we're facing off against a righty, but oh, I have a couple guys that are tired here. So against lefties, we are going to play Clendenin in left for Mac Jones. And I'm gonna keep him at cleanup because he's been doing good doing that. So we're gonna start with that. Alright, now we're gonna have our... That might be a tough game here. We're gonna be facing off against Gaylord Perry. Pretty much in his prime, 30 years old. And we're going to be sending Carl Morton, who, yeah, not exactly Gaylord Perry talent there. No, Ron Brand plays everywhere. Oops, wrong button. Ron Brand plays second base, third base, and shortstop. And he's better at all of those over catcher. That's why whenever I give a day off to Bateman, it's always Bocabella that plays. Bocabella's a better catcher defensively than Brand. I like Brand's versatility, and he has decent contact ratings. Alright, let's go ahead and play some ball here today. Alright, so Mota and Klein are going to get a day off because they are tired, not because I want to. So I guess I'm going to play Herrera in center field. Or am I? Yeah, we're going to play Herrera in center field, and then I guess Ron Brand at second. Alright, now how do I want to put that? I want to bat Brand second. I think I might go like this. I think I'm gonna give Brand the shot batting second. Yeah, let's go with that. Alright, the Giants are going with Ant, Mays, McCovey, Bobby Bounds. Ooh. Jim Ray Hart, Dick Deeds, Alinier, and Davenport. Okay. Alright, I guess Dick Deeds plays left field and catcher. Yeah, sure does. Alright, well, let's get going. Look at that. San Francisco all across. We are not supposed to win this game, is what that tells me. Right, Carl Morton leading off, not leading off, on the mound, and he's going to be facing off against Ron Hunt, who is leading off for the Giants. The game is underway, full count. It's 64 degrees in Montreal. It's not that warm. Well, it is the evening. Alright, and it's a leadoff walk. Carl Morton has a lot of control problems, so that happens, sadly. Alright, so Willie Mays now, runner on first, nobody out. Full count. Grounds it to second. And that's an error. Oh boy. Alright, so Ron Brand not exactly doing what I want him to do. I give him the start at second base. And an error on the second play of the game. So now there's 2 on, nobody out for McCovey. 2-2. That's it to right. And that's a base hit. Falls in front of Rusty Stubb. So now the bases are loaded with nobody out to start the game. That's always fun. And Bobby Bounds is now the batter. 1-2. Grounds it to second. 2 seconds for 1. That's the only out we get. A run scores, and that's a fielder's choice. Runners on the corners with 1 out now. Alright, double plays in effect. Let's go for the ground ball. 0-2. Oh no, that's a home run. Alright, so a 3-run blast by Hart, and now it's 4-0 for the Giants. I'm not sure we're going to win this game. Alright, Dick Dietz is now the batter. No count. That's it to right. Brand is there, catches it for out number 2. Now Al Lanier is the batter with 2 outs, 1-1. Rounds it too short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Giants get 4 runs on the board in inning number 1. It is now Maury Wills facing off against Gaylord Perry, 2-1. That's it. Oh, that's it well. All the way in the alley and left. All right. All right, so it's a double for Wills. Oh yeah, 25 catcher arm. Look at that. Is that their only catcher option outside of their starter? Oh, they have Bob Barton that they could have played. Definitely a better catcher than Dietz, but I guess they wanted Dietz bat in this game. Alright, Ron Brown with a runner in scoring position. 3-1. And he walks. Alright, so 2 on and nobody out for Rusty Stubb. That would be a great time to do some damage here. 1-0. And that's a bit. Nope, that's cut by. I thought it was gonna go through for some reason. Instead, it's a double play. That's very deflating when you think you're getting a base hit. All right, so runner on third and 2 outs for Mac Jones. No count. Hits it to right, and that's a base hit. Scores a run. It's now 4-1. Thanks to a single by Mac Jones. Mac Jones have been playing a little bit better lately. Alright, so Bob Bailey now. Runner on first, 2 outs, 1 and 2. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. That's it for the Expos in inning number 1. We do get 1 run. Reduce the lead to 3. Top of the second incoming. Jim Davenport playing third base today. 0-2. Struck out swinging. Alright, Gaylord Perry is next. 0-1. Oh, Gaylord Perry with the home run. So we just allowed a home run to the opposing pitcher. That's fun. 374 feet. I have a feeling we're going to see Howie Reed come in early in this game. Alright, run Hunt with 1 out, 1-1. That's a base hit to center. Yeah, Morton is no good today. Willie Mays with a runner on first, 1 out, 2-2. Oh, Carl Morton striking out Willie Mays here. Do I have a favorite baseball movie? I mean, the Major League movies were kind of funny, but that's kind of silly. I don't know. You know what? I'm probably one of the only ones, but I kind of like the movie. What was it called? Like Trouble with the Curve or something like that, with Clint Eastwood, where he's like that old scout and everything. I kind of like that, but I don't know if it counts as a baseball movie per se. But I would think that's my favorite, probably. I really liked it. Right, McCovey with a runner on first and 2 outs. No count. The runner goes. And he's safe. 0-1. Oh. Field of Dreams was pretty cool. I did like that movie quite a bit. 2-2. And I've seen Bull Durham only once, I think, and it was a long time ago. I would have to see it again, I think. I mean, you know, how many baseball movies Kevin Costner is in? Like 17 or something. Jose Herrera now facing off against Gaylord Perry. 2-0. It's it. Oh! And that's it. Pretty good by Herrera. I think it was going to be out of here, but it's not. It's a triple instead. I don't think I've seen The Natural. I think it's one of the very few baseball movies I have not seen. Right, Floyd Wicker now the batter with a runner on third, nobody out. Full count. That's it. Oh, that's a base hit. Base hit to right, scores a run, and it is 5-2. John Bateman now, 1-2. And that's it. Weekly to right. And that's cut there by Dietz in foul territory. Carl Morton now runner on first, 1 out, no count. Oh, that's a base hit for Morton to right. Alright, so now we have 2 on and 1 out. And the batter is Maury Wills with no count, sorry. Grounds it to short, and that's gonna be a double play. Bobby Bonds leading off the top of the third for the Giants. Carl Morton still on the mound, 2-0 to count. And that's it. Oh, and that's cut there by Mac Jones for out number 1. I wasn't sure, like it looked like it might be like one of those base hits in the alley, but Jones tracks it good, catches it. Jim Ray Hart, 1-0. So do you play out your games like I do in your Angels save, or do you like sim like 1 day at a time or 1 week at a time? How do you do it? Dick Dietz now with 2 outs, 1-2. And that's it to left. And Mac Jones is there, that's out number 3. Giants go down in order in inning number 3. Bottom of the third with Ron Brown leading off, 2-1. It's up to center. And that's cut there by Lanier, who went into the outfield to catch that. Rusty Stubb now with 1 out, 3-1. And that's a walk. Alright, so a 1 out walk brings Mac Jones to the plate. No count. That's it to left. Oh, it looks like, no, it's going to be cut all the way at the track. And that's out number 2. Now Bob Bailey with a runner on first and 2 outs, 1-2. And he struck out swinging. Alright, end of inning number 3, top of the 4th incoming. We're still down 3. Hal Lanier is the batter, 3-1. And he walks. Jim Davenport now, 1-1. And that's a base hit to right. Alright, so now there's 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out for Gaylord Perry, who hit a blast in his last at bat. 1 and 2. And that's a base hit to right, so another run batted in for him in this game. It is 6-2. Runners on the corners and nobody out for Ron Hunt. No count. That's it to right. Stubb should have that. He does. And nope, there's not going to be a run. Oh, no. Oh, they sent him, but he's out. Alright, so that's technically a double play. And now there's a runner in scoring position, but 2 outs for Willie Mays. 0-1. Rounds it to third. Wicker with the throw, and that's out number 3, folks. Bottom of the 4th incoming. We have Jose Herrera starting this inning for us, 1-1. That's it to center for a base hit. Floyd Wicker now, runner on first, nobody out. Grounds it to second, and they're just going to get the out at first. So that's 1 out and runner in scoring position now for John Bateman. 1-1. And that's it weekly. That's a weak pop, and that's cut by Lanier at shortstop. And that's out number 2. Carl Morton now with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. 1 and 2. And he struck out swinging. Alright, top of the 5th now. Willie McCovey, no count. And that's a base at the center. Runner on first and nobody out for Bobby Bones, no count. Ups it. That's cut there by Bailey for out number 1. Jim Ray Art is now the batter, 2 and 2. Struck out swinging. Right, runner on first, 2 outs for Dick Dietz, full count, and he walks. Alright, so a 2-out walk, 2 on for Lanier, 1 and 2. Struck out swinging. Right, Maury Wills now leading off the bottom of the 5th for us. Full count to him. And he walks. Ron Brown with a runner on first, nobody out. 0-1. Oh, the runner goes. And he's safe. Wills with his 7th stolen base of the season, so we have a runner in scoring position. We're down 4 runs, so that would be nice to score a couple here. 1-1. He grounds it to third, and he is out for out number 1. Rusty Stubb now, 2-1. Oh, that's it to center. That's out of here. No, it hit the top of the fence. That's a double for Stubb. It scores a run. It is a 6-3 game now. All right, Mac Jones, runner on second base and 1 out. 0-2. Struck out swinging. Bub Bailey now, runner on first and 2 out, second and 2 out, 1 and 2. That's it to right. Should be cut there by Bonds, and it is. And that's out number 3. We inch a tiny bit closer. 6-3 game. Top of the 6th incoming, and let's see what Morton does. He's gonna be on a short leash here. Davenport leading off the top of the 6th, 1 and 2. Rounds it to second. Brand with the throw. That's out number 1. Gaylord Perry now, full count. Pops it. And that's cut there by Bailey for out number 2. Run Hunt, no count. And that's a base hit to center. Alright, so a 2-out base hit. Now Witty Maze is the batter. 0-1. Grounds it to short. And that's out number 3. Alright. However, we're still down 6-3 with Jose Herrera leading off the inning for us. He's 2 for 2 today. That's pretty good. 2-1. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out for out number 1. Floyd Wicker now, no count. Whoa, that's out of here. No question about that one. 380 feet, it's now 6-4. We're getting closer here. This game might not be over. We are within striking distance. John Bateman, full count. And that's a base hit to center. I'm gonna pinch it for Carl Martin here. Alright, we're gonna go with Jim Ferry against the righty. Right, Jim Ferry now with a runner on first, 1 out, no count. And that's it to left for a base hit. That's going to be extra bases too, all the way to the fence in the corner. Alright, so we have 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out. With Maury Wills the batter, 2-1. Rounds it to second. They throw home. Oh, they got him out. Yikes. Alright, so runners on the corners and 2 outs for Ron Brown. 0-2. That's it to center for a base hit. It's now 6-5. Runner goes on to third on the play. And now we have 2 runners in scoring position for Rusty Stubb. Oh my. Le Grand Orange has a shot here to do something. No count. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out for out number 3. The Expos get 2 runs. They are only behind by 1 now. Alright, top of the 7th incoming. Guess we're gonna go with Don Shaw again. Alright, so Don Shaw's gonna face off against McCovey first, 1-2. Ugh. I did my best. I brought a lefty to face off against a lefty, but it's still out of here. 385 feet. And it is now 7-5, so the Giants now with a 2-run lead. Bobby Bonds is now the next batter, 1-1. Grounds it to first. That's out number 1. Jim Ray Hart, full count. He pops it. And that's cut for out number 2 by Wills on the mound. Now Dick Deeds with 2 outs, 0-1. And it's popped as well. So Shaw has, aside from McCovey, has pretty much handcuffed the batters, but we need some good fortunes here. Alright, so Bob Garibaldi is now going to be on the mound for the Giants. Mac Jones is the batter. Full count, bottom of the 7th. We're down 2. That's it, Weekly in foul territory. And that's cut there by the second baseman, Hunt, for out number 1. Bob Bailey now, 0-1. Rounds it to second, and that's out number 2. Jose Herrera, 3-1. That's it to center, and that's going to be cut by Willie Mays for out number 3. Nothing to show for the Expos in this inning. Top of the 8th now. Al Lanier, the batter. We're going to keep Don Shaw, I think, on the mound. Full count. That's it to left. And that's a base hit. And actually, Herrera gets it in front of Mac Jones. So now there's a runner on first. Nobody out for Davenport. 1-0. Grounds it to third. The throw to first. That's out number 1. Runner makes it to second base on the play. So runner in scoring position and 1 out for Tito Fuentes, who's coming in as a pinch hitter. No count. Rounds it to second. He's thrown out at first for out number 2. Runner makes it to third base on the play. Now Ron Hunt is the batter. No count. And that's it to right. And that's in the alley. That's going to be extra bases. Scores yet another run. It is now 8-5 for the Giants. So they have a 3-run lead back. And now Willie Mays comes to the plate. 1-2. That's it to center for a base hit. Willie McCovey, 1-0. Runners on the corners. And that's cut for out number 3. Giants get another run. It is 8-5. Now Frank Lindsay comes in to pitch. Oh God, look at that ERA, 0.40. Yeah, I'm not sure we're scoring 4 against this guy. 2-2 the count to Floyd Wicker. Rounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. John Bateman, 1-0. And that's popped to short for out number 2. Alright, we're gonna go with Don Clendenin, I suppose. One and 0. Then it grounds it to short for out number 3. Top of the 9th incoming. Alright, let's go with the old man, Roy Face. Alright, Roy Face facing off against Bobby Bounds. 8-5 the Giants, 0-1 the count. Rounds it to second. Run with the throw. That's out number 1. Jim Ray Hart is the batter now, 0-1. Rounds it to third. Thrown out at first for out number 2. Dick Dietz, 0-1. And that's a base hit to left. Alright, so a 2-out base hit keeps the inning alive. And now Al Lanier is the batter, 1-2. And he struck out swinging. Alright, Maury Wills here, leading off the bottom of the 9th for us. We need a little miracle here. Actually, we need several of them. Full count. Grounds it to second. Oh, and that's a good play by the second baseman, and that's out number 1. A lot of times when you see a dive like that, it's an error. Alright, Ron Brown, no count. Grounds it to third. That's out number 2. Rusty Stubb, 0-2. Oh, that's a base hit, so that keeps the game alive here. Alright, Mac Jones, full count. And he walks. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The tying run comes to the plate now. 2 on, 2 outs. Bob Bailey. 1 and 2. And that's it to left, but that's pretty much the end of the game. It's cut there by Hart, and that's the end of the game. Expos dropped this game 8-5 in the last game of the series. Alright, so all had a complete game shutout against the A's. Alright, I'll go ahead and finish today. Oh, Bob Beatty wants to for me to give money or something. Look at Bob Beatty wanting to be a better person, but I'm not the GM, so I can't promise you any money. Alright, oh, we have the day off today. Now we're gonna go play on the West Coast there. Right, great day for Flood. 5 hits for Kurt Flood. Alright, and then we might have our work cut out for us in the next series. We're playing the Dodgers. Last time we played the Dodgers, we got swept, so that might not be a good time at the park. I'm gonna go ahead and save the game. Let's go ahead and see here. Absolutely nothing going on. Man, that GM is not moving much. To be fair, there hasn't been a whole lot of movement in the league, like, in general. Alright, so that's gonna be it for me tonight. So as usual, I do want to thank you for tuning in. It is ARG out, so peace out, folks, and I'll see you all next time.